Here is 2 pounds of garlic butter shrimp with rice.
Look at this shrimp, guys. Wow!
This is not just delicious, it's addictive. What makes the taste of the same recipe different? It's the process. Instead of just providing you with the recipe, I'll show you the process to achieve the most delicious flavor.
First, remove the shrimp from the freezer and move it to the refrigerator to thaw it until the next day. Try to avoid any quick defrosting. Let it defrost overnight slowly.
It's important to choose the right size of shrimp for your recipe. If you select a smaller shrimp, it will shrink even more when cooked and may not taste very good. On the other hand, if you use a very large shrimp, it can become a little chewy. Based on my experience, the ideal size for this recipe, 15 to 20 shrimps per pound. Some refer to this size as large shrimp, some call it extra large, some call it jumbo, whatever. Regardless of the name, as long as you choose 15 to 20 shrimps per pound, you should be okay. Many people tend to cook in smaller portions, usually like 1 pound. But it doesn't make sense to me. If you're going to cook, it's important to have enough for everyone. So trust me on this one, cook 2 pounds. You can choose to peel the shrimp or leave it unpeeled. However, it can get quite messy if you don't peel it and cook it in the sauce. Many people prefer not to touch their food with their hands. Everybody wants to use fork and knife. On the other hand, peeled shrimp tend not to hold enough sauce and it may lack flavor. But there is a better option. Peel the shrimp while leaving the tail on. This little tail will help retain the juice. You can often buy shrimp already peeled with the tail left on. This will save you some time.
Here is the optimal size. The shrimp covers more than half of my hand, peeled but with the tail on. Place all your 2 pounds of shrimp in colander and wash it thoroughly. Leave it for a few minutes under the running faucet until you see the clear water underneath without any grease.
You should never cook a shrimp while it's wet. This step is crucial as it greatly impacts the final taste. If you cook shrimp while it's wet, you will essentially boil it instead of fry it. Boiled shrimp is not nearly as flavorful as properly fried shrimp. You want shrimp to sizzle on the pan. You don't want shrimp to swim. Trust me on this one.
Since I want my shrimp as dry as possible, I'll place it on the double layer of the paper towel to absorb the water. Plus, I'll use another napkin to dry the shrimp before putting it there. So now let's leave our shrimp to relax here a little while we prepare the ingredients. We'll use the 12 garlic cloves for 2 pounds.
And if you use less than 12 garlic cloves, stop watching this video because you're not my friend anymore.
First, we need to get rid of these tiny roots because we don't want them to ruin the taste. Cut garlic using a big heavy knife. Now we'll chop each clove into tiny slices. Now take your knife with 2 fingers on both sides and mince everything from top to bottom, then side to side, and vice versa, until you get these tiny pieces. Don't go too crazy because we still need those garlic's connecting tissues intact. So here is garlic for our garlic butter shrimp. The second ingredient is butter, as you probably already guessed. We need to cut it into 5 tablespoons, and this butter conveniently comes with the tablespoon marks, so we know exactly where to cut it. Beautiful! The third main ingredient is lemon. If you have a large lemon, you can use just half. But since this is a small one, we'll take the whole lemon. Just cut the sides and cut it in half. Then set it aside along with the lemon squeezer so it's ready to go when we need it. I also chopped some fresh parsley and I grated some Parmesan cheese. Of course, we'll need some salt and pepper and some paprika. You can use either sweet or smoked, it doesn't matter. And the last but not least, some crushed red pepper. Go easy on red pepper because we don't want to make it super hot. We need to spice it up just a little. I don't like to tell you how much of each ingredient you need to use. I'll just show you visually while cooking. Look at this shrimp, it's dry and ready to sizzle very quickly. I mean, you can't dry the shrimp completely 100%, but if we didn't do this step, all this water would end up on our skillet. Preparing for cooking takes time, but the actual cooking is very quick. Set your fire on medium. Use a deep, preferably non-stick, frying pan to have enough room for 2 pounds of shrimp with sauce. Warm it up for a few minutes. Add just a little olive oil so you have enough to cover the entire bottom. The olive oil will protect the butter and also the garlic from burning. Wait a minute until the oil is hot, but not burning hot. You can feel the heat with your hand. Then add 2 tablespoons of butter that we prepared and wait until it melts. Spread the butter across the whole pan. As soon as it melts, add all the garlic that we prepared and mix it with butter for about 30 seconds, or until you smell the garlic aroma. Keep mixing the garlic as we don't want to burn it. You don't want it to turn brown. Add the shrimp to the pan. Always put shrimp into the pan in the opposite direction of yourself, so you don't spill any hot oil on your skin by accident. Of course, we can't have a single layer of shrimp on the pan because we have too many of them. But try to lay them all as flat as you can. The way I add salt is by salting the entire area of the pan and even some more. Shrimp likes salt, but salt it to your taste. The same goes for black pepper. Cover the whole pan in black pepper. Let the shrimp cook for about 1 minute. After 1 minute, you can see the bottom side of the shrimp starts to turn from being transparent to solid white. If you see solid white, it's time to flip the shrimp. Start flipping those shrimps on the bottom and move them to the top. And vice versa, the shrimp from the top, flip and put them on the bottom of the pan. Once you flip all the shrimps, salt and pepper again on the other side. Then don't touch anything for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Check whether the shrimp turned white on both sides. It's 90% ready now. Don't wait at this point. If you overcook the shrimp, it will become a chewy piece of rubber. So once the transparency is gone on both sides, we need to slow down the cooking by adding our remaining 3 tablespoons of butter. Mix it up and wait until it melts. At this point, our sauce will mix with the juices coming from the shrimp. As soon as the butter melts completely, add paprika in the same way as salt and pepper. Just cover visually the entire pan. And then immediately add just a pinch of crushed red pepper flakes. Guys, go easy with red pepper. Then immediately squeeze both halves of the lemon that we already prepared. Guys, the smell is already absolutely sensational. I'm already drooling like a little puppy. Mix everything up. The shrimp and sauce are almost ready. Add Parmesan cheese visually. Just cover the entire pan as much as you feel. Don't overdo it. I can see the garlic pieces stuck to the shrimp. And the last touch is adding some freshly chopped parsley right before removing it from the stove. And mixing it lightly. That's it, people. We have a masterpiece right here. I prepared some white basmati rice that I'll show you how to prepare in my other video, but you can also serve it over pasta or even eat it as a standalone dish. Make sure to take all the good stuff from the pan on the shrimp. Don't leave any flavor out. Some people like to serve shrimp on top of the rice, but personally I like to mix the sauce into the rice because the rice becomes almost as delicious as the shrimp themselves. I don't know about you, but at this point all this smell made me so hungry I can't wait to try it.
Yummy. The tail makes all the difference. Wow.